Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm doing a speed build, but it's going to be a little bit different and I'll explain why in just a second. Also, I know I say that in almost every single video intro that I've done, so I promise this one is actually different and I think it's worth saying that because I'm doing my first build challenge, meaning my first challenge for you. That might be a little bit confusing. I have done build challenges in the past, but you don't care about that. This is what I'm going to call a house on a hill build challenge. Until I come up with a better name, that's what I'm going to call it. So basically, as the name implies, you will have to build a house on a hill. Obviously, this is not mandatory at all. I'm just making this challenge because I thought it might be fun. I'm going to talk about the rules for a second. So I think the best way to go about doing this is to have you, the builder, not touch the landscaping as much as possible. You'll see in the end of this video there ends up being a pond. It's nicely landscaped, I hope. I used tons of debug objects. I did use a bunch of objects from Get Together, which is an expansion pack, so if you don't have that, I'm so sorry. It's probably not going to be the easiest for you to do this challenge, but if you do have Get Together, it should be completely fine. Also, speaking of packs, I do have some pack limitations because I do not own all of them. So if you want to do this challenge and you want to have it toured, which I will talk about in a second, you can look in the description box and I'll tell you what packs I have. Speaking of touring and all that fun stuff, so I was thinking of making a touring video. Of course, if no one does it, then I'll just do a speed build of my own, but I was hoping at least a couple people will do it and I'll be able to tour theirs in a video and, kind of give them a shout out because, of course, there are so many talented people in this Sims community that I thought it might be fun to showcase a little bit of that. Also, I'm just going to explain the rules really quick. No touching the landscaping, I don't think, unless you want to put a couple more trees or even change out the style of trees, that's fine. But don't touch the pond, don't mess with, the shape of it or anything. Don't manipulate the terrain any more than I have. You can go ahead and replace the terrain paint if you want, if it kind of doesn't match with your vibe, like you're building in Sulani or something and you want it to be all sand. Do whatever you want with the terrain paint and the placement of trees. Just keep the original landscape the same and build pretty much whatever you want on the top of this hill. I think this is probably best suited for residential lots, but if you find a cool way to build a nightclub or a library or a museum on this hill, go for it. I am so excited to see what you do. Of course, this is just a fun idea. Also, I might add a disclaimer here that I probably didn't come up with this challenge. I did kind of come up with the idea myself of doing this house on a hill, but I do not take credit for this idea because it's probably been done a million other times. I just thought it might be fun to do it myself. So I think I'm going to end the voiceover here. I know it's been a quick one. I'm going to continue the speed build. I think it's about 8 minutes long, so you can watch the rest of that if you want. But if you're interested in doing this, please leave a comment. Also, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm looking forward to seeing your builds, and I will see you next time. So I'm seeing a couple things that I forgot to mention here. First of all, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the comments. I will probably answer your questions within a day or so. Just give it a little bit of time. And also, this is on a 50 by 50 lot, so it's a really big lot. I'm placing it on the Magnolia Blossom lot in Willow Creek. Of course, you can place this absolutely anywhere. You can place it on a 64 by 64 lot if you want. Pretty much do anything you want with it. Just keep in mind, if you want me to tour it, that you probably would want to go by the pack limitations. Also, another thing worth noting, I don't normally play with build custom content. So if you have any, it might be best to kind of stay away from that if you want your build toured on YouTube. And the third thing is you can either share your house through a sim file share link, a tray file link if you know how to do that. But I think the least complicated way to do this is just posting it on the gallery. I think the hashtag we're going to go with is hashtag house on a hill challenge. So just go ahead and put that in the description of your build if you are doing this challenge. I'll also spell that out in the description for you if you're wondering how to spell that. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I'm going to say it again. But yeah, I will see you next time.